Hi, I'm Dr. Chad Larson. Thanks for joining me in another episode of Keep It Real. Today I'm doing a fast. I'm doing a short-term fast. There's lots of different ways that you can do that. The way I'm doing it is a 36-hour fast, which means I had dinner last night, and then all day today I'm going to fast, and then I'll have breakfast tomorrow. And that works out to be about 36 hours. And there's a lot of tradition behind that, and the benefits of that. There's also lots of more recent science on short-term fasting and intermittent fasting. So doing a short-term fast periodically does a lot of really interesting things to the body. It gives the digestive tract a break, and gives the liver a break, and gives those organs a chance to really keep up and catch up on all the functions that they have to deal with. And another really cool benefit is it helps to burn body fat. And this is the kind of body fat that's excess, like around the abdomen, which is notoriously stubborn and difficult to burn. That kind of, we call it visceral adipose tissue. And that kind of fat increases the chance of certain chronic diseases that, things like heart disease and diabetes and systemic inflammation. And so by doing a pretty simple lifestyle change, you can really help to burn that body fat. It also helps with improving metabolism. It also helps with improving blood sugar balance. And doing a 36-hour fast is really not that difficult. If you go beyond 36 hours, if you go like days, or you're considering doing days of a fast, in my opinion, you really should be under the guidance of a healthcare professional that really understands fasting. And there might be some objective measurements that would be ideal to do first and then after, maybe even during the fast. But 36-hour fast is pretty safe. If you have any metabolic issues, or you have any serious health conditions, you might want to seek counsel from somebody who really knows what they're doing. But a 36-hour fast, also what it does is it helps to cause your body to make ketones. And we've talked in past episodes about the benefits of ketones and how it's helpful for your brain. But also we know that another thing that happens in the brain during a fast is we have an increase of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. And this BDNF is kind of the stimulus for neuron development. And they noticed that neurons can increase in the hippocampus during short-term fasting. And these neurons in the hippocampus help to improve short-term memory. So from a prevention standpoint for things like dementia and Alzheimer's, short-term fasting can be really excellent way to decrease the chance of developing dementia and Alzheimer's. One thing I'm going to definitely keep doing during the fast today is I'm going to drink tea. I drink tea every day, and there's a very new study that came out in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, and they talked about tea drinking, and that it can significantly decrease the chance of cognitive decline. And so what they did is they studied, it's a couple thousand individuals, and it didn't matter if they drink green tea or black tea or oolong tea, which is really all the same type of tea leaf plant, but it's all sort of processed in different ways. But what they found is that if individual drank 3 to 5 cups of tea per day, they had a reduced chance of cognitive decline by 53%. And if the individual or individuals drank 6 to 10 cups of tea per day, their cognitive decline went down by 65%. So those are really significant numbers. There's a mad scramble in the pharmaceutical industry to develop medications to decrease cognitive decline. And if they had percentages like that of improvement, 55% and 63% improvement with whatever medication they come up with, that'd be an absolute blockbuster of a medication. And we're just talking about drinking tea. And my average cups per day of tea is about 8 cups a day. And frankly, I used to be kind of embarrassed about that, like, oh man, I think I'm drinking too much tea. But now that I know the health benefits for the brain, I am like super happy about my happy, healthy brain. But how's that happen? How does tea decrease the chance of cognitive decline? What it comes down to is the polyphenols that are in the tea. Polyphenols are like antioxidants, or they are antioxidants. And one of the more famous polyphenols is called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate. And EGCG is one of these polyphenols, but there's lots of other polyphenols as well. And what these polyphenols do are two major things. One thing is, let's put it this way, one of the ways that the brain ages is by oxidation. Oxidation is a destructive process that can build up over time and start to break down and destroy neurons. And so oxidation, to decrease oxidation and decrease aging of the brain, the thing that helps to block oxidation is antioxidants. That's why we talk about antioxidants so much. And so these polyphenols in tea are loaded with antioxidants. So these antioxidants help to block the oxidative damage to the brain. That's number one. Number two, what they also found is, you've heard about how Alzheimer's and dementia, one of the clinical objective signs of that is plaquing of the brain, plaquing of the neurons. And they found that these polyphenol nutrients help to block and inhibit and prevent plaquing of the neurons. And so it's a very powerful antioxidant for the brain and very powerful anti-plaquing for the brain. So those are the two key ways that they are understanding how tea is so beneficial for the brain. So the battle of the stimulants goes on between coffee and tea. There's a study in 2009 that showed that people in middle age, if they consumed coffee, black coffee, unsweetened coffee, it helped to decrease cognitive decline later in life. But there hasn't been as much objective data about how coffee actually works. But if you look at the retail sales of coffee and tea globally, fairly recently, coffee is now dominating tea as the stimulant of choice. But now, considering these important health benefits of tea, you might want to reconsider. You might want to work that in a little bit. Although coffee could still have some benefits, it seems that as far as general health benefits, tea is a little bit better. So something to think about. So consider doing short-term fasting, or at least learning more about the important health benefits of intermittent fasting, and drink your tea. Until next time, keep it real.